Hey everybody. Click. Coffee with Karen. I hope you're doing well. We have to hold the vision. You guys, we have got to hold the vision. I had a totally different video plan for tonight. But first I want to say rest in peace, Charlie Cook. I was not a supporter. Doesn't matter. But my heart still feels extremely heavy because just as heavy as it did when in Minnesota, the senator was assassinated there. I think it was a senator or a rep, I'm not sure. So it doesn't matter it just doesn't matter at this point because what side people are on. It's not a side thing. It's just, yeah, I don't know. I guess I just felt like I needed to come on and sit with this. We need to hold the vision, you guys. We've got to hold the vision. But here's the thing, like all of a sudden I was like, are people going to react to this stronger than they reacted to what happened in Minnesota? You know what I mean? Like, I actually feel like my reaction feels stronger, which is not like, why? That's just so weird, you know? But, you know, is he any more important than someone else? No, of course not, you know? I don't even know what to say about it. I just wanted to come on, talk about it with you guys a little bit. I just heard about it probably 10 minutes ago. So if you hadn't heard, I don't even know any of the details. All I know is that he was at the University of Utah and not very secure, you know, which unfortunately in the United States, of all people, he probably, you know, might have thought of that. I mean, and I'm not saying of all people, but I don't even know. I have no idea what Charlie talked about, to be honest. And I have no idea if he supports gun control or not, you know. But this is it. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that, you know, I don't know. It's just interesting to me because I'm trying to process my feelings of why I feel this is more detrimental than the congressperson being assassinated in Minnesota. Why do I feel like that's more detrimental? That's the question on the table. And it shouldn't. It shouldn't. There is no difference. There's no difference. But why do I feel like this is more detrimental is the question on the table for me. I'm like, why, you know, honestly, I just literally heard about it and started recording like 5 minutes later, grabbed my Hold the Vision mug because I was making a cup of coffee, you know. I don't know. Now, I'm always going to go spiritual as much as I can. And we know that this is part of Charlie's soul contract. So we need to hold the vision so really good things come out of these kind of situations. It just feels like to me, and again, I don't know why I feel this way. If you feel this way, could you let me know? I don't know why it feels to me like this is a tipping point even. I don't even know why. I don't know why. I don't even know Charlie. I literally have never watched him. But I do know he has a huge following and, you know, I honestly have never watched him. So I don't know. But I don't even know if anybody else got hurt. I watched like 2 seconds of a video on YouTube. What do you think? It's probably too early just to, I don't know. I guess I just wanted to come on. I'll probably post this. And then I'll post my other one that I was going to put tonight anyways. But I don't know. It seems irrelevant at this point. I don't know. This is no different than children at a school. It's the same scenario. It's the same easy access. And there's half our country that appreciates this, that has allowed it to happen. So, I don't know. But then again, I go to the spiritual side of things, and it's like, okay, what are we going to get out of this? How is this going to help us evolve? What's going to be the backlash for it? What's not going to be? I frankly found that the whole Minnesota situation, people stopped talking about that too fast, of what happened in Minnesota. Don't you think? That I found nobody's talking about that. Well, okay, I don't watch main news. I don't watch, mainstream media. So maybe it just hasn't come across my path, but I know nothing about the person who was arrested for that. I just don't feel like anybody that I watch on YouTube, like progressive media, they stopped talking about it. I don't know. Maybe they haven't. Maybe it's just me. But this doesn't deserve way more than that at all. It's the same situation. It's the same scenario. Hold the vision, people. We have to hold the vision. And I'm going to talk about this during Coffee with Karen tomorrow, probably. But I listened to the Pope. Did you guys hear that video of the Pope talking about Donald Trump for like 30 minutes? I was going to talk about this with Coffee with Karen tomorrow. I will still. But it was really about the division in America and the us versus them, and people putting Trump on a pedestal instead of God, and people hating him so much. I don't really hate him, but I'm pretty disgusted, by stuff. But even focusing on that, the whole, where our focus should be on God. He talked about Jesus, but I'm not a Christian, so I will talk about source, which I know in this community we have tried to keep that balance. Look at what is, and then look at the bigger picture, the more spiritual aspects of it. So I hope we've done that for the most part, not always. I've done my best. But I think it just feels sad. It just feels sad. I felt just as sad when it happened in Minnesota with every school shooting. I mean, just everything. It's just awful. It's awful. Think about you guys, you can list these things. And U.S. is not the only country this happens in, but it's way more prevalent. And why this is acceptable, I have no idea. I have no idea why this is acceptable. Remember what happened in Las Vegas at a concert from up in one of the rooms. I mean, every time these things happened, you would think that something would change. But no, there is a small group of men who are making, probably mostly men, white men, making a ton of money, while the rest of us have to suffer and wonder if no matter where we go, if we're safe, It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So, Golden Future 2050 reset. This kind of stuff has to happen more and more. Probably, I'm afraid we're probably going to have to see this for it to change. Although you think when a group of kindergartners, several times now, by the way, Sandy Hook plus in Texas, you think that would have been enough? Boy, I thought for sure when Sandy Hook happened, that would have taken care of the situation. Nope. Mm-mm. I remember in Wisconsin, literally, I don't remember the year, but I remember where I was when I heard that you can carry in the state of Wisconsin, because that wasn't that long ago. I was mortified. I'm like, are you kidding me? Why do we have to do that? Like, I was thinking now I have to sit at restaurants with people who get angry. If you get angry at a restaurant, you know, I'm glad to say that I don't really know that I've ever really experienced being around a lot of people who are carrying concealed weapons, but it's just crazy. Anyways, I didn't mean for this to turn into a, I don't know how else we could talk. What else could we talk about when it comes to this kind of situation? You know? It's going to be very interesting to see the blowback on this. It's just going to be really interesting. So that's why I felt like I really needed, I was like, oh my gosh, I have like, I don't know, 30 mugs. I'm like, which one should I pick? I'm going to pick Hold the Vision, people, Hold the Vision. Because there are different ways this can go. We can get very much more divided, you know. And what's crazy is like when this supposedly happened to Trump in Pennsylvania, immediately, and I'll tell you, like my biological father, which you guys know that I've had issues with politically with him as a MAGA, he immediately sent me an email and said the Dems tried to Trump. That's exactly what he said. It wasn't even. He didn't even wait to see. He immediately said that. So well, let's see what somebody says about this, you know. God. That's the problem with this whole thing. Oh, the Dems did it. The Republicans did it. You know, no one's talking about who did that in Minnesota. Again, I don't know. They probably are, but I'll be interested to watch your comments on this video today because I just really felt like I couldn't really post this other video I had. It doesn't make sense right now. I just felt like I needed to come on and just be with you. You know what I mean? Like, just process this. And then you can process it in the comments so that other people can read how you're feeling. And I can read how you're feeling. But I think ultimately, let's try not to, in the comments, go to fear. Let's try to hold the vision in the comments. Okay? So rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. I am sorry this happened to you. You know, if this was obviously part of your soul contract, then let's hope and pray that really, really positive things come out of it so that it wasn't in vain, you know. So hold the vision, try to, in the comments below, try to, you know, what really good things can come from these situations. Because these kind of situations is what wakes people up, right? It's the dramatic stuff. It's the big stuff. I just recorded, I'm not kidding you, 10 minutes before I heard that this happened about Charlie, I had just gotten done recording about 9/11. You guys had a list of questions for us for the SGs about 9/11. I had just gotten done recording it. That's another one of those events, right? It's like, and again, I'm not equating Charlie Cook to 9/11, not at all. But you know what I mean? Like, it's just, those are the kind of things that wake us up. So let's hope people get woken up. I don't know. What is it going to take? I have no idea. Just hold the vision. That's all we can do. Because what is it going to take? If a school full of kindergartners, if that wasn't enough, you know, we're just getting used to it. It's just, you know, I mean, why do people want to live like that? Why do people want to live like that? You know? So what are the bigger questions here? What are the bigger questions? What are the bigger life questions here? And again, what the Pope talked about was very interesting. So I will post actually in the, where will I post it? I'll post the Pope's video that I watched today, Pope Leo. I will post his video on the post area of our channel. And I'm going to talk about it during Coffee with Karen tomorrow, I think, in case something else comes up. All right, you guys, let me know what you think. I'll probably post this now. I don't know. And then I'll see about posting the other one later. I might wait. So, okay, have a good one. Click. Hang on 1 minute. I'm back. I actually went to Charlie Kirk's, I keep saying Kirk website, a YouTube channel to see what people were saying. And I just want to make a point that this was a quote. Somebody actually quoted this in his comments. This is a quote from Charlie. Okay. It's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment. So this person said, guess he was one of the sacrifices this year. Shrugs. That's what somebody said. So that's interesting. That's interesting. All right. Just wanted to add that to the end of the video. Have a good one, you guys. Bye-bye.